cracking, everyone? I'm back with another video, and your boy has made it to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, situated on the Black Warrior River. We have made it to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and right now I'm around like a slew of bars and restaurants over here in the Arts and Entertainment District. So right now at the corner of 23rd, just past Greensboro Ave, heading on my way downtown Tuscaloosa, down University Ave. 71 degrees at the moment here in Tuscaloosa, so it's a nice warm day in late April. You can see I just passed Druid City Makerspace, and also a couple of bars over there. It's like a beer and burger joint called Jack Brown's and Jalapenos downtown. So it's all in this nice building over here. This is T-Town, Tuscaloosa. Of course, this is a college town. It's home of the University of Alabama. Roll Tide. So, of course, being that it's a college town, it definitely has that college town vibe to it. As you can imagine, a lot of the locals here wholeheartedly support their, Crimson Tide, Roll Tide, Alabama, football, basketball, you name it. And also shout out to the men's basketball team who made it all the way to the Final Four this year. Lost to UConn, but the fact that they made it that far is impressive in itself. But now we are on University Boulevard. I said University Ave earlier, but it's really University Boulevard. Right here in the heart of downtown. This is actually my second time in Tuscaloosa. I visited Tuscaloosa like probably over 10 years ago, somewhere around there. Really, I just drove through it. I never actually saw the downtown area. So this is actually my first time downtown. But yeah, as you can see, there's a pub right here called Avenue Pub. It's a lot of antique and boutique shops along this street as well. It's approximately like 10:30, a little after 10:30 Thursday morning. Not much going on right now, but I'm pretty sure later on it will be. And it's the Black Warrior Brewing Company again. These breweries, a lot of these restaurants that serve alcohol, they're not going to be open this early in the day. It's like, again, it's like not even 11 o'clock in the morning. But I can only imagine how the atmosphere is here, especially on game days. We have an Alabama vintage store right here. You can come and get your Alabama Roll Tide, different souvenirs and paraphernalia, you name it. They have they have the elephants right there. They have wreaths donned in that Crimson Tide silver and maroon, or crimson red, I believe that's what it is, really, more or less. But right over here, that's Tuscaloosa City Hall, right at the corner of University Boulevard and 22nd Ave. So being that this is University Ave, this is the main drag downtown. It also leads to the, it is in such close proximity to the University of Alabama main campus. So I'm gonna go ahead and cross over here. And again, here's a closer look at City Hall right here. So this was actually built in 1909, and it started off as a postal service, a post office, with a lady by the name of Miss Maggie Miller as the postmistress. So they have the postmasters, which are the male leaders of the post office, and they have the postmistress as the females. But this was actually, so it was federal property, and then of course the city acquired it in 1968 and renovated it as a city hall. George M. Van Tassel was the mayor at the time. Interesting. Walk over here, see what's going on. And it's the side of the building right here. Margaret M. Dumont, born and raised here in Tuscaloosa, graduated from the University of Alabama with a degree in home economics education. So basically she did a lot of volunteer work within the city of Tuscaloosa, especially. As you can see right here, it looks like there's a city hall, and there's this like sky, I think it's called a skywalk, where you can, it's like a little pedestrian bridge that connects buildings. But and right over here you see the seal for the city of Tuscaloosa. It's like a little mini park right here with fountains. They go to fountain right over here. Couple of benches, you can sit and just listen to the water, listen to that water flow. But Tuscaloosa looks like a nice little college town, you know. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, it would look like this if they're, you know, being that their biggest draw is the University of Alabama. And then there's other things that go around the city that doesn't revolve around, you know, football and everything like that. But their really big, huge draw is the University of Alabama, particularly their football team. And that, you know, brings a lot of money towards the economy. It's the huge economic engine, if you will, of Tuscaloosa. So it's only right that the city looks real nice and clean and has that, you know, cool college town environment. Heat Pizza Bar. So they have a pizza bar. It says it was established right here in 2015. Nice business to have downtown and close to the college campus. Now walking down Gary Fitch Street. Downtown is actually, Tuscaloosa's downtown is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Like, I'm not really surprised though, because it is one of the major cities of Alabama, like, you know. I didn't think their downtown was going to be this big, but at the same time, again, I'm not really too surprised. This is the Tuscaloosa Parking and Transit Authority right here. They actually have what's called the Tuscaloosa Trolley. So I guess that's their form of public transportation around the city. So this might be the area where, you know, it's like a parking deck over here, but you can also see right there goes another trolley right over here. That one's bound for Skyland. The other one in front of it is bound for Shelton State. This one's bound for McKenzie Court. So they have a whole bunch of, I guess this is kind of like the major transit area of the city where people congregate to catch multiple bus routes. Some nice looking buses. Like I said, when your biggest draw is college football and you make a lot of money doing that, it does provide a huge economic boost to the city, and they're able to, I guess, afford buses like that. You know, those are nice looking buses. They're pretty much modeled like trolleys. And that's old-fashioned trolleys. You know, those were real big back before the biodiesel, you know, the hybrid buses and everything like that. Trolleys were a huge form of public transportation way back when. We're talking early 1900s, early 20th century. Okay, so this is the City of Tuscaloosa intermodal facility. So it has multiple purposes, but it's used primarily as like a bus transfer station. Like most cities have those. They have those intermodal facilities where they use them for, you know, catching buses. And if that city has like a light rail or a heavy rail in the city, that, you know, it's used for multiple methods of transportation throughout the city. In some instances, some of those facilities are used for like interstate transportation, like Greyhound or Megabus, things of that nature.
He's got a...
And right here is Government Plaza. It's a city square park. So it's smack dab in downtown around different government buildings, hence the name Government Plaza. Again, it's like located right outside of City Hall. Nice looking park right here. As you can see over here is a little circular fountain. Again, they also have a couple of restaurants outside. As I pointed out earlier, they have like a pizza spot. So you have the municipal court building that connects via Sky Bridge to the City Hall. Nice place to sit out and read a book, listen to music, walk your dog, all sorts of things. You know, typical stuff that people do at the parks. Now this is called Bicentennial Square right here. So this was actually, it looks like this was built. It don't look like it was, it's been here that long. It looks relatively modern as far as the architecture and everything. As a matter of fact, it was, according to this marker right here, it was dedicated in the honor of the 200th anniversary of the founding of the city of Tuscaloosa on December 13th, 1819. So yeah, so this was built in commemoration of the bicentennial, aka the 200th year anniversary of Tuscaloosa being established as a city. And that's also 1819 was also the same year that Alabama became a state, you know, in the Union. So there's that. We're gonna keep it moving. Here's another marker that mentions the struggle for civil rights. So city of Tuscaloosa during the civil rights era after World War II, significant efforts were made to change the existing social and political systems historically dominated by segregation and white supremacy. So of course, you know, Tuscaloosa being in the South and being during the civil rights movement, there was a lot of racial turmoil and segregation. Nothing different than what you see in you saw in most cities in the South, especially. And there was other cities in other regions of the country too that had racism, but you know, the South was like in was like on the forefront of it. That's another interesting marker. They said that city of Tuscaloosa, there was an African-American business district. So near this park, primarily along 23rd Ave and 6th and 7th Streets, an African-American business district thrived for much of the 20th century. Black entrepreneurs and professionals developed scores of businesses and services that were restricted or denied elsewhere. Some early establishments were Murphy Undertaking, Oak City Cafe, O'Rourke Brothers, I think that might have been a law firm, Parlor Barbershop, People's Drug, Taylor's Billiard Parlor, and Dr. G.A. Weaver. So they had a whole bunch of African-American businesses of different varieties on 23rd Avenue and 6th and 7th Street. So I had no idea that Tuscaloosa had a major like black business district. I had no idea. I knew about the ones Birmingham, Detroit, Tulsa, Durham, North Carolina, and you know, like Rosewood, Florida, all those, you know, there was so many others, but those were I was already familiar with black business districts that were thriving in the 20th century in those parts. But I didn't know, I was unaware that Tuscaloosa had one either. It's probably a whole bunch more cities that I'm unaware of that had thriving businesses, black businesses. They have their own county civic hall of fame. That's interesting. So apparently all of these individuals that's on this wall of fame have had a major contribution to the city of Tuscaloosa. It's a lot too, it's a lot of them, black and white. And of course, you know, on each of these plaques, they have the list, or they have the year number that they were inducted onto that wall of fame. So that's really neat. I like how each city has its own unique vibe to it, you know what I'm saying? That makes people want to come visit. They have an event that was called the Tuscaloosa Mayor's Cup on April 27, 2024, downtown Tuscaloosa. Okay, so that's 2 days from now. They're gonna have a Mayor's Cup, so I wonder if that's like a marathon or something, or they're gonna do like some jogging. Cause I saw like a shoe on the like the graphic of a shoe leads me to believe that it's going to be like some type of running event, like a marathon or something of that sort. Heading back towards University Boulevard. Before I proceed down University Boulevard, I want to check out this building over here. This is actually a federal building in a courthouse called Richard Shelby Federal Building and Courthouse. So I saw City Hall and I saw the municipal court over there by Government Plaza Park. Now we see right across the street from Government Plaza Park is this federal building right here. We see the columns, the 6 Doric columns lined up in front of the building. As you can see, right in front of it is this huge square patch of grass right here. As we inch our way closer and closer to the university itself, the University of Alabama campus. I mean, because after all, that's one of the main draws to Tuscaloosa. That's the main reason why many people who come to Tuscaloosa, they come to see the university. There aren't any sporting events because this is late April. Classes are no longer in session. There's no sporting events, so you're not going to see a lot of people out here. But I do plan on coming back to Tuscaloosa during football season just to see what the tailgating atmosphere is like. Across the street over there is a Bama apparel shop that sells a bunch of, you know, Alabama t-shirts and other forms of apparel. And you can see over there across the street, Bryant Bank, presumably Bryant Bank, I would assume, is named after legendary Alabama head coach Paul Bear Bryant. good that this college campus, being as big as it is, as major of a university as it is, being so close to not only downtown but a slew of bars, restaurants, small shops. I mean, it's literally in a premium location in the heart of the city. Go down this way. In the Audubon Place historic district of Tuscaloosa, as you can see here. And a lot of old historic homes on University Ave heading towards the University of Alabama campus. Also, guys, also keep in mind that the University of Alabama is the flagship campus of the University of Alabama system. Multiple universities that are part of the the University of Alabama system. There's multiple like branches of the University of Alabama university system that are in, you know, a multitude of cities across the state. You know, you got cities like Birmingham that has a University of Alabama branch. You have Huntsville that has a University of Alabama branch. And I believe, let me see, I believe Mobile has one. Could be wrong on that one, but I know Montgomery and Huntsville has a University of Alabama branch in their respective cities. But that's it for the moment. I'm gonna resume once I actually hit the campus. Peace. We are walking down this section of Tuscaloosa called the Strip. Now, the Strip is basically a series of restaurants, small businesses, you know, little shops. There's a multitude of places to hang out, you know, over here by the campus of University of Alabama. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, right here is a venue called the Druid City Music Hall. So Druid City Music Hall is where they have a series of shows, like concerts and different events like that. There's this mural with the city of Tuscaloosa styled in a multitude of colors. There goes a sports bar right here called 1225. So as you would imagine, there's going to be a lot of sports bars and all type of different restaurants. I cross over here. Got it. There's also a Publix over here. One of my personal favorites because of the nice sandwiches. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna stop there and get me a sandwich. There goes a shuttle. Another one of those Tuscaloosa trolleys that we spotted earlier downtown, making its rounds from the campus. I'm gonna put this on pause while I go grab me some lunch. See you guys after a while.